Veliko zadovoljstvo je da posljednjih dana 2022. godine za sagovornika imamo selektora rukometne reprezentacije Srbije Tonija ĐERONU. Negde je poznato da je rukomet sport koji u prvom mesecu, pogotovo u januaru, ima velika takmičenja. To je samo jedan od povoda o kojem ćemo govoriti sa pomenutim španskim trenerom. Mr. ĐERONA, first of all, thanks for your time, and I would like to ask you, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. It's always a pleasure to be here. It's always a pleasure to be with you, and thank you also for the support that you give to our sport.
Always. I said in the first my sentence that January is handball sport.
Yeah.
One more big competition is upcoming for every single man or woman in this sport. So World Championship in 2023 is upcoming. Serbia will play after a year in Egypt without us in this competition. Are you satisfied with this?
Yeah, of course. It was like a pity that we couldn't even try to fight to be in the last World Championship due to the COVID situation. Okay, they cancelled about 2 matches against Slovenia, but this is like casualty, I will say, that also we had the possibility to fight with Slovenia for this World Championship. We succeed. The team was playing really good in these 2 matches, I think, and now we are with full motivation and big expectations also for this next World Championship.
Championship in the middle of the season. Is this good for sport or not?
Wow, look, I think that nowadays you can see that in all the sports there is always like I will say like 2 seasons. There is the first half part of the season, then you have the World Championship. I think this is already like that in the last long time in handball. Then I think that all the people is used to with this kind of situations, and I know that also for the people and for the players, it's like a something with high motivation in the middle of the season, the possibility to play 1 European Championship, 1 World Championship, and that's it. And this is the calendar that we have. We have to take it. And we know that we have to prepare in these 2 weeks as maximum as possible to fight for this World Championship.
Why I'm asking this? We were football World Championship in Qatar. You were a coach for 2 years in Qatar, and before the championship, everybody was talking about this. Why in the middle of the season? I just asking because of this. And from handball, no one will talking about this. So. With injuries, with preparations, schedule is so tough. How can you prepare the guys for this?
It's look, when we speak about handball, we speak about football. I think we are speaking about 2 completely different realities. You know that football is like for the business and everything how it's working. Then we have to put this aside. What we can do is that with the decisions that the federations are taking and the decision of the International Federation about these calendars is to adjust and try to protect the players as maximum as possible. Unfortunately, in the last years, they are playing more matches, qualifications, and also 1 round more and more teams on big competitions. And for this reason, it's so important how all the staff is working with the group. This week here in Stara Pazova, for us, it's important to improve on the tactics, but it's more important to see how the team is, how each player is in which condition. We have players that have been playing a lot of time in their clubs. Some others are not playing the same. Some teams are playing 2 or even 3 matches per week. Some others are playing only 1. Then we have to use this time with all the staff, with the medical staff, to recover and to find the balance between the things that we have to do to prepare the team and the things that we have to do to prepare each player in a physical and mental condition to be ready for the World Championship.
And now, almost 20 days until the World Championship, if we are talking about this competition, Serbia will be in the group with Germany, with Qatar and Algeria. First impressions of the group.
Okay, the calendar is that we start with Algeria. Algerian is a typical African team that they play a really bad African Championship last July because the 2 main players were injured. Now they are playing.
They were 50th,
exactly, for the first time in a long time. Now these 2 players, one from Toulouse, one from East, 2 clubs who play in France in the championship, they are coming back. And it's always difficult when you play the first match in a big tournament. It's for that I'm glad and I'm happy to play two friendlies before in Sweden against the champion of Europe, of the last championship, European Championship. And I'm sure that these two matches will give us, or really you will say the speed, the time and everything to be ready for this first match against Algeria, who will, we have to win that for sure. But we know that will be a difficult match. After that, second match against Germany. I think that if for mostly of the people they can be the favorite of the group, but I can say with full confidence, with my huge respect that I have for them and for his coach, that if we are full squad we can compete and we can beat, doesn't matter who. Then we are preparing that at maximum, and finally we'll play against Qatar. And for me to play against Qatar, against one of the biggest or perhaps the biggest coach in the history like Valero Rivera is something special. And I'm sure that he will prepare his team with maximum detail, and they know that also will be a tough match.
Great, you said Valero Rivera. If I'm right, Valero Rivera made some changes because he used this World Championship of football in Qatar and made preparations with the handball national team almost 1 month later. Is this something that other teams can scared of this or no?
No, for 1 month. Qatar national team, they are working together from last August. Then start like a normal pre-season, like a club, but working like a national team. Only they are missing, I think, the 2 or 3 players who are playing abroad of Qatar. But even the Qatarian championship stopped. It was not championship during this month. And they will start the local championship in February after the World Championship. Is for that I'm sure that even that perhaps the people, they don't know about Qatarian players or Qatarian players for national team. I'm sure that the team will show a commitment, physically they will be ready, and will be also a difficult match. But the same, if we are full squad, we just need to focus in ourselves. If we have no injuries, all the players are healthy, and I'm sure that we can beat them.
Are you happy and satisfied with Serbian national team squad right now?
Yes. More than happy. We have a couple of players with some physical problems. I hope that will be enough time to recover them. I'm so happy also that this week we are working with 2 groups. One group of 20 players, another group of 18 players. That means that we have 38 players working at the same time. This is really so positive.
You're talking about second or B team of Serbian national team, a team of players Mediterranean games in
exactly. It's
last
like
summer
this.
at Oran.
But I don't want to say
yeah,
B team.
I know, but in journalists we say like
exactly.
that.
I prefer to say that this is like we have the roster as big as possible. We had the experience of what happened last year before the Euro. Okay, and to have the possibility to work with this big group now, it can be so helpful also in the future. We gave them, or we had the possibility to play Mediterranean games with these players, and it's again positive that they play one friendly. We will play one friendly game against Slovenia this week, and that means that we have more players inside the system. We have more players inside the way that we want to play. And for sure, this is some positive experience for them in the future.
If we are talking about Serbian national team and the squad, every single year, guys talking about that Serbia has great goalkeepers, great wingers, with passionate back, also great line players. What can you say about outside players, like backs?
I think we have amazing players there. You have players, I don't want to say names, but you have players that won some
I will say Lazar Kukic is a leader, Georgic,
Jovica, Borjas is playing amazing now in Elverum, Marko has a big role in Ademar de Leon, Alexa Kolakovic, Stefan Dodic is playing amazing now with Zagreb and taking a lot of experience in Champions League also. Mihail Radojkovic has a big name also, a big role also in Trimotrenje. Okay, I think that we have enough players. It's clear that perhaps we don't have a roster with 35 players with huge experience like some other national teams. It's for that it's so important that we keep healthy these players, and at the same time that we are working with these players to try to give to those who are coming from behind, like Cesevic or like Petric or this Uroš Kojedinovic, who is playing amazing with their clubs here in Serbia, to provide them the possibility to improve also to play international games, to be ready to take the place in the future.
So if we are talking about defense, with Abutovic, with Pešmalbek, with Marsenic and all other players, Serbia is great with 6-0 defense. But can you see Serbian on the other side with another type, 3-1, 5-1?
Yeah, this is, look, when you want to implement something with national team, you know that you don't have a lot of time. Then you have to look about what your players are playing in their clubs. Because like this, you win time. Because if you want to do something completely different that they are doing on their clubs, then you need a lot of time. And now there is no time for that. And it's clear that 6-0 is our main defense. But I think that also this team can play 5-1. And we will try to play in some moments 5-1 because the players know, they know that some players, they used to play also this kind of this and they like it. And as a coach, you need also like a second option, second alternative. I think that if our defense is complete, if we have like this should be and can be our main strength from this team, our defense. But as we proved in the 2 matches that we play against Slovenia, it was completely like two completely different matches.
Yeah.
One that we play in Celje and the second one that we play in Kragujevac was like completely different. One was really so good in attack and was, I will say, medium on defense, but in the opposite side, on the second one, I think that our defense was really good. Dejan was also really good. And okay, this is also interesting that we know that we can play in a different ways.
Are you satisfied with this, that Serbia can show in 2 phases? Great in offense with a lot of goals, and on the other side, great at defense, like in Kragujevac. We, if I'm right, conceded 22, 23 goals.
23-20. 23-20 was the score, I think, at the end. Or 25-22. Now I'm not sure. It was 3 goals for us. I'm glad. I'm glad of that because, you know, when you start a match, even that you prepare something, you need to be able to adjust and to adapt also how is going the match. You can play one match one day and you feel that, like I will say, this first match that we play in Celje, that I think that Pasha, this match, he can take shoot like this and he will score because he was in a really good mode, you know. But sometimes you will need to adjust because the situations will bring you there. And then if you just only one way to play, I think you lose possibilities. Then it's always better to have these 2 possibilities, or 3 or 4, and to be able, even that inside the same game, to be able in some moment to control, in some others to push, to run a little bit more, and to try to take the weak points when the other team is perhaps more tired, or they are making more substitutions, and you know that they will change 2 players, attack defense. At this moment, you can try to run a little more, and your team must be able to do it.
I would like to ask, before 2 months, I was here at Stara Pazova, and Dragan Stojkovic, national team coach of football, said to me that the most power of his team is team spirit. Is this for handball also, or?
I don't know if it's team spirit, but it's so important. The ambience, and also I will say it, how proud each player who is playing for Serbian national team is about to be playing for his country. And this strength, it's something really that I don't know. I was in a couple of national teams also, in some moments in Spain and other Spain, and I know also in Qatar, I was in Qatar or in Tunisia. But this power, this friendship that they have, this ambience inside the group is really important because you know that the hard moments will come, for sure. In all the teams or in some matches in one moment, it will be like some hard moment. And at this point, it's really important that the players they have this group, this team spirit, that will help the team to go ahead.
Can you see this group of guys with medal in future years?
Why not? In 1 month, I hope. Why not? Of course, yes. As I said before, junior team took the bronze medal in last junior championship, Mediterranean Games also. And medals are always bringing something good. Then I think we have enough quality, and as I said, if all the people is healthy, why not? Okay, I cannot say in 2 years, in 1 year, I don't know. What we need is really to play at the maximum, but we have the capacity and we have the potential, I think, to fight for that.
So the main goal of Serbian national team at World Championship in 2023
should be to be in the quarterfinals, because these quarterfinals will give you the possibility to play qualification for Olympic Games. And when you are in quarterfinals, you know that then it's just you need 3 steps more, 3 matches against the best teams. If if we are in quarterfinals, we know that we will cross normally with France or with Spain. Then at this moment will be a difficult match, but like all the others. But for that, we need to beat Algeria, Qatar, of course. We need to beat Germany, or we need to beat Norway also, Macedonia, or Argentina, or Netherlands. It's not easy way, it's not easy path, but step by step, I'm sure that we can do it.
Thank you for this part. I would like to ask you a few more questions about handball, of course. Yeah. IHF and EHF changed rules last summer. Are you sure, or can you say something about these 4 new rules? Is this made more faster handball or not?
For the fast center, for sure. Now the problem is
passive play.
Huh?
What's going on with passive play?
Passive play also. This is just for passes now. Also is giving more possession. This is like 10%, 15%. We can make an example of that. This is for sure. After that, this shot from to the goalkeeper. This is something that is not. It's not easy in some moments to know it was like that, and can change many things. There is some match I will say from the French Championship. One situation that one team was fighting to have the possibility to lead by 2. They missed the shoot one against one with the goalkeeper. It was in the last minute and was in the head of the goalkeeper. Then the player took 2 minutes, and finally the other team was winning. Then it's changing a little bit, but especially the fast center and the passive is the main part, the thing that push a little bit to make faster the game.
What's going on last days in the French Championship?
Yeah, it was really one of the years. It's I will say with more changing every time who is leading in front. You know that this is always nice to see something like this, because for the people it's boring when you see that there is one team like in Asobal, Barça. They are winning for 2 years, 3 years, and they lose perhaps one match or like this. I think it's more interesting. It's giving, and I think that the French Championship is really improving. Also, all the clubs are improving the level, and it's a nice championship to see and to be working on.
You're also coach of Charter. At the end of the season, you will end this story with
Yes.
Charter. What is the next station for Toni Gerona?
I don't know. For a moment, it's Serbia. That I have still 1 more year contract with the Serbian national team until 2024. What I said also is already this will be 4 years making the 2 jobs, national team and club, and it's a little bit too much now. I'm a little bit tired on that, because you don't have even time to rest and to follow the players as you want. And then, I don't know, for the moment we are just thinking, I'm just focused at 100% to make this World Championship, after that to end the season with Chart, and after that we'll see if there is something interesting to take, or perhaps why not, to be 1 year with the Serbian national team to recover a little bit, to learn a little bit for sure, to see some of the coaches working, and to be ready for the next challenges.
And for the end, your wishes for 2023, not just for handball.
Yeah, okay. The first one is health for all the people. This is the most important. Second one, I think that will be important, peace for all the people also. This is also necessary, okay? And after that, I hope that all the people can enjoy looking, have a nice starting of the 2023, looking the Serbian team playing in the World Championship.
Gracias por todo, entrenador. If
Hvala,
I say in the right way.
Yeah, you say it really good. Prijedno.
Bio je to selektor muške reprezentacije Srbije, Toni Gerona, o svem onome što Srbiju očekuje na predstojećem prvenstvu sveta u januaru 2023. Ali eto, i o još po nekoj stvari. Vama hvala na pažnji i naravno ostanite uz Arenu Sport.